I was wondering which topic to share with you, but the other day I shared the concept with somebody, and his eyes lit up when he heard all that, and I thought that that was a sign that I should share this with you too. So hopefully your eyes light up also. Although the meditation really guided us into the topic. And I understand the main topic for the week is patience and hope and stability. And while I prefer to practice patience in an active way, to do the best I can while I'm patient, rather than being passively patient, just sitting and waiting, it's always good to do the best I can and and then be patient, or be patient and do the best I can. And similarly with hope, just instead of just passively hope, it is always good to do the best I can while hoping for the best. So, but I'll focus on stability this morning. For me, I believe that stability comes from, or at least this is what I practice, where my stability is coming from, is from being aware of who I really am. And so you won't be surprised, because all the meditation and everything we talk about is my spiritual self, me, the soul. So yes, I'm a soul, but I don't know how about you, but for myself, when I never denied that I'm a soul, and it's all great, and I know that I'm a soul. However, my kind of, not a problem, but a little bit of a tricky bit was, what is a soul? Because our language is full of physical connotations, and soul all of a sudden is something else. But what is it really? And so I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, what exactly is a soul? Because it's not something that's tangible, so I cannot touch, I cannot see it. But still, this is who I am. And because we are used to this physical vocabulary, but also because we have been in bodies for such a long time, we the souls have been in bodies for such a long time, let's see if we can describe it in a more tangible way, what soul is. And by the way, my name Dusha means a soul. I just came to me to say it to you. Just a coincidence. So I was thinking, what is it? What is the soul made of? What is it that it consists of? What is it that I am in reality? And then I was thinking, okay, let's see, what is the body made of? And in a physical, so approaching the explanation from the physical point of view. And so you might say it's water, the body is made of water. And yes, it has lots of water and air and other elements, but mainly water. Last time I was reading about this, I found a fact that it is about 70% water, our body. All the molecules have water in them. So it's the bones, the flesh, they all have water in them. So depending on how hydrated the body is, on average, it seems that it's 70% water. And I'm thinking, oh, this is why we need to take water. So the body is made of water, but this is why we need to take water on a regular basis so that this body is healthy. Similar for air and all the other elements. So the conclusion for me, with this a little bit of scientific approach of finding out who is what and what's what, so I've concluded that the body needs to take in what it's made of. So I said, let's see, what would all this be like if I approached it on spiritual level? What is the soul made of? So what is the soul made of? Who am I? What am I made of? And I said, okay, if I use the same approach as for on physical level, the body is made of what it needs. Let's see, what is it that the soul needs? And I was thinking, what is it that we need from the very first moment when we enter a body until the very last moment when we leave the body? And of course, when you ask an adult what they need, they will say lots of things. And they will say probably many more things than we need. But all those things that the adult will say that we need, we can summarize into the pure essence. So just the essence and nothing else, because all the other things will be connected to the essence. So let's go purely for the essence. When you ask an adult, that would be. But if you ask a baby, I mean, you cannot ask, but you can see from observation. And why do I go all the way to babies? Because the adult could have been taught, could have been told, could have thought about it, and all sorts of things. But the babies didn't have an opportunity to be told or taught or think about it. So that means it has to come from within. So either babies, all the way from the beginning, all the way to the end, this is what we need. So what are these things? And normally when I ask, what is this? People normally say one of the things would be love. And yes, love. It is very, very essential. We, try not giving love to the baby and see what happens. But we don't necessarily need to say, I love you to the baby. But we feed it out of love. We give it a comfort out of love. We keep the hygiene out of love. And all that we radiate towards the baby is love. So the baby has an opportunity to experience and also express love. This is very important because without love, receiving love, later on, it will it will manifest in some kind of spiritual deficiency or maybe mental problem or whatever it is. So it is very important that the baby receives love because this is what it needs. Just like we adults, we all need love in both ways, to experience as well as to express. And this is why we search the world to find love. So we need it. Okay. Also, you might say happiness. We also need happiness. Even though love and happiness are closely related, they are essentially different. So yes, we need happiness. And again, we travel the world to find happiness. We change many things in life in pursuit of happiness, just to find more and more of it and to find the real thing and all that. And again, even baby would like that happiness. And anyway, try not giving happiness to baby and see what happens. You'll probably suffer more than the baby if you don't give it happiness. And similarly, when it comes to peace, so we always want to go to walk by the calm lake or by the sea or into the silent woods. It's all in pursuit of peace. And this is really what we need, whether we are babies or adults. Throughout the whole embodied life, we need love, peace, and happiness. And why is that? Why is it that we need love, peace, and happiness? And how come somebody as young as a baby knows that we need love, peace, and happiness? And we perhaps need a few more things, but you might, if you go into depth analyzing why do I need what this, something else, you will see that it's really a formula of love, peace, and happiness. So we have brought it to the essence. This is really what we need. And we might think, how does baby know that it needs love, peace, and happiness? Nobody has told it. Nobody has explained. and it hasn't had a chance to think about it, but it still goes for love, peace, and happiness, and there are no two ways about it. It wants it, and it's a full stop. So you might say it comes instinctively, but where does the instinct come from? So the instinct comes from the essence. I'm not talking about intuition now, it's just instinct. It comes from the instinct. We need love, peace, and happiness, just like the body needs water, air, and everything else that it needs. On material level, our most subtle self, the soul, needs love, peace, and happiness because it is made of it. So the soul is love, peace, and happiness. And when I understood this, then because I felt love in my life, I felt happiness, and I felt peace. That made the concept of the soul more tangible for me, to understand it better, to know who I am. And if I am the source of love, peace, and happiness, that means that the source of love is within me. I am the source of love. I am the source of peace, and I am the source of happiness. And this is exactly what we were listening during the meditation. And hopefully you managed to connect with that center, with that source of love, peace, and happiness, which is lovely. And when we understand this, that we are the source of love, peace, and happiness, that means we have everything we need. So I need love, peace, and happiness, but they're within me. That means I, as a soul, have all I need within me as a soul. And then you might ask, if I, as a soul, am love, peace, and happiness, and that's all that I need, love, peace, and happiness, why do I ever enter a body? And that would be a very good question, and I get asked this very often. So I am a soul that is not embodied. That means a soul that is not in a body cannot do anything. So there is no verb that you can connect with the soul apart from exists, to exist, or to be. That's all that you can say about the soul. The soul cannot do anything else. And it is comparable to if you have some experience with computers, maybe not as much as me, but if you can compare a soul that is not in a body as a zipped file. Zipped file, you cannot do anything to it. You can just look at it, nothing else. However, in order to see what's inside, to delete, to change, to edit, you have to unzip. So a soul entering a body is just like unzipping a file. It comes into reality. It comes into life, the soul. And so the soul without a body cannot experience anything, cannot express anything. It needs a body in order to experience and express, to do something. So why do we enter a body? Why we souls enter a body? It is because the bodies are giving us an opportunity to experience and express. And when we experience and express the experience, the whole feeling, when we experience and express, the whole feeling enhances. And that is the very reason why we enter a body. So the only reason why we enter a body, believe it or not, is to experience and express self, the soul. And who is that? That is the love, peace, and happiness. So we enter a body in order to experience, which is going out, and express, coming in, love, peace, and happiness. Can you imagine what the world would be like when all the souls were aware that the only reason why we enter love, peace, and happiness, why we enter our body, is to experience and express self, which is love, peace, and happiness. That would be lovely. And this is what I use as a checking point for myself. When I do something, I always say, was it an expression of love, peace, and happiness? And if I find it is, great. If I find it is not, that means I've identified with something that I'm not. I've identified with my role as a professor, as a female, as a sister, as a neighbor, as a daughter. But I am not any of that. I am a soul, a tiny point of light, which is a source of love, peace, and happiness. And this is who I truly am. So just by maintaining that awareness, raising it during meditation and maintaining it throughout the day, I will always tune to that place, and everything I do through thoughts, words, or actions is going to be an expression of love, peace, and happiness only. Anything else is darkness. The light comes from this, everything else is darkness. And darkness is by definition just absence of light. And the light is just like, a rainbow is a white light connecting all those 7 colors. So the white light for the soul comes from the combination of love, peace, happiness, wisdom, bliss, joy. All those complete will give us white light. If there is darkness, that means at least one of those is missing. So thank you very much for your attention. Hopefully you'll be able to experience this even deeper now during your meditations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dusha, bringing back the essence and the aspect of the soul, which is so important. And yes, the body needs what it is made up of, and the soul needs what it is made up of. A very beautiful experience that the soul has to enter the body to experience, to express itself, to feel. And when we have this great awareness of where the source of all my peace and happiness is coming from, it's to tap within, it's to tap into the soul. And that was put through so beautifully and so simply, that just to remind ourselves, where do we have to journey to find what the soul needs? It's not far away, it's just within. Many thanks for your time, and we hope to see you again. Thank you.